Hello and welcome to my channel. In this tutorial we're gonna do this very easy stitch. For this stitch you're gonna chain odd number. I'm gonna use 4.0 millimeter crochet hook. After you chain your odd number, we're gonna skip the first chain, and into the second chain we're gonna do a single crochet. And for the rest of this row we're gonna do single crochet in each chain until we finish this row. So move to the next chain, single crochet, next chain, single crochet, and so on. It's a very easy stitch. You can do with a thin yarn, you can do a cardigan, you can do a blouse, you can do so many, well, not necessarily a blouse, but maybe a vest. It's quite easy. You can do a blanket if you have a scrap yarn, many pieces of yarn. You can use this stitch and get rid of the yarn. You can do for pets, blankets, or for the armchair, like a cover if you want, or a cushion or a rug. So many things you can do with this stitch. Okay, last chain, single crochet also. We're gonna chain 2, turn your work, and now this row is gonna be double crochet in each stitch. So we're gonna move to the next stitch, not this one because the chain is coming from. We're gonna move to the next and we're gonna do a double crochet, next stitch, double crochet, and so on. In each stitch we're gonna do double crochet. So double crochet until we finish this row. But I think for those of you that you have, like I said, scrap yarn, use this stitch and get rid of the yarn. Maybe you don't have enough yarn to finish a project. You just use to do something with the stitch. You can alternate colors. You can use variegated yarn. You can just use one color. It's up to you. So double crochet in each stitch. This stitch has only 2 rows repeat, in which one row it's single crochet in each stitch. So this one goes really fast. You can do an infinity scarf and it's gonna build really fast. Okay, now chain 1, and we're gonna repeat 1 row again in each stitch of single crochet. So you're gonna go to the first stitch and you're gonna do a single crochet, next stitch, single crochet, next stitch, single crochet, and so on. In each stitch, single crochet. So I chained 16 chains and I chained 1 more, so I had 17. And when you skip the first chain, you're gonna, even though you chain odd number, you're gonna end up with a even number. But the stitch to be even, to start the same and finish the same in a way, chain whatever numbers of chains that you want, that at the end has 2 or 6. So like 12, 22, 32, and with the 6 the same. So the last double crochet here, single crochet, and we have the chain 2. We're gonna go on top of the second chain and we're gonna do a single crochet. We're gonna chain 1. From this moment forward you're gonna chain 1 until you finish your project. Okay, so into the first stitch here, single crochet. Now we're gonna work in let's say in groups. So the next 2 double crochets we're gonna do a puff. So yarn over the hook, go to the next double crochet, the next double crochet, and we're gonna do a puff. If you like the puff smaller, you can go maybe twice or 3 times if you want bigger. So once, yarn over the hook, go back again around that double crochet. It's like a front post puff, if you want to call it. So pull the yarn through the first loops, not the one on the hook, and pull the yarn to the last 2. So we're gonna go to the next, and we're gonna work in groups of 2. So the next double crochet, I'm gonna do a puff once, twice. So you have 4 loops in which you're gonna pass the yarn first, then yarn over and pass the yarn to the next 2. Into the next 2 stitches we're gonna do single crochet. So the next stitch is here, we're gonna do a single crochet, next stitch single crochet, yarn over the hook, so into the next, so you're gonna skip these 2 double crochets because we did single crochets here. So into the next 2 double crochets we're gonna put puffs. So you go around that once, twice, pull the yarn to the first 4 loops, pull the yarn to the last 2. You're gonna move to the next double crochet, and we're gonna do again puff. So once, and the second time pull the yarn to the first 4 loops, pull the yarn to the last 2. So into the next 2 stitches we're gonna do single crochet, and this is one of the rows that you're gonna repeat. So skip the next 2 double crochets in which we did a single crochet and move to the next 2, yeah, and in which we're gonna do a puff. So once and twice. So now we're gonna move to the next double crochet, and we're gonna do a puff. If you want the puff bigger, then you can go 3 times. And to the next 2 stitches we're gonna do single crochet. So we started, let's say the puffs we started with in here. So if you want to finish the same, because the next 2 we're gonna skip the next 2 double crochets because we did a single crochet, so into the last 2 double crochets we're gonna do puffs. So that's why I said chain with even number that ends with 2 or 6. Yeah. So into the next 2, the last 2 double crochets, we're gonna do puffs. Because if you're gonna chain with 8 or 4, you're gonna end up, you start with the puffs here, and you're gonna end up with 3 single crochets at the end. Yeah, just to save you time. Okay. Now at the end we have the last stitch in which we're gonna do a single crochet. You're gonna chain 1, turn your work, and now we're gonna repeat the row with single crochet in each stitch. So the first stitch is here, we're gonna do in there a single crochet, then you're gonna move to the next stitch, single crochet, next stitch, single crochet, and so on. Single crochet in each stitch. And I'm gonna do the next row, and you will see what you will do. This is quite nice if you want like a rug with a thick yarn. Okay, next stitch, and the last stitch at the end, single crochet. Now you're gonna chain 1, turn your work, and now we're gonna repeat the row with the puffs. So into the first stitch we're gonna do a single crochet. Now yarn over the hook, and now we're gonna do the puffs. So you're gonna move to the next, the first puff here. So you're gonna put your crochet hook around that, and you're gonna pull once, twice, pull the yarn to the first 4 loops, pull the yarn to the last 2, and you move to the next puff, and you're gonna do a puff in there too. And this is gonna build and goes really fast, this one. So into the next 2 stitches we're gonna do single crochet. And this stitch, it's nice if you use only one color, but looks much nicer if you use with variegated. So we move to the next 2 puffs, and we're gonna do a puff. But for a cardigan or a vest, I think thin yarn will be nice. I'm gonna show you a sample that I did with and I use a yarn that I use 3.0 millimeter crochet hook. So into the next 2 stitches we're gonna do single crochet, and we have the puffs next. And this is how these stitches worked. You're gonna repeat this on and on and on until you finish your project, whatever you choose to do. And the next puff. But I think it's nice to work this with let's say medium size yarn, because if you're gonna use, unless it's a rug, it's quite sturdy, and if the yarn is not soft and it's rigid, so for a rug it's just perfect. So at the end we have 2 puffs, and we're gonna do a puff, and the last one, the last puff here. So once, like I said, if you want the puff bigger, then you're gonna make it bigger. You're gonna go 3 or 4 times if you like. It's up to you. Okay, and now at the end we have the last stitch, in which we're gonna do a single crochet. You start with a single crochet, the first stitch, you're gonna finish with a single crochet into the last stitch. Then you're gonna chain 1, and you're gonna turn your work, and you're gonna do single crochet in each stitch until you finish the row. So this is what we worked up until now. So this is gonna build. I did a sample for those of you that you wanna see. So this is done with 3.0 millimeter crochet hook. So it's quite well thick. So this is the back, and this is the front. It has these columns. It's quite nice. Well, thank you for watching. Have a good day.